You open the fridge and your knees thank you. Hi friends, tonight we're diving headfirst into your refrigerator. There it is, cold, creamy, innocent. A tub of yogurt. Seems harmless, right? But tonight, it's not just a midnight snack. It's a secret weapon against something you've been carrying around far too long: arthritic pain. Picture this. You're standing barefoot on the cold kitchen tile. One knee clicks, the other groans, and that's before you even reach for the spoon. Now pause. What if that spoonful of yogurt could whisper comfort to your joints? Could gently put out the fires of inflammation that have been silently smoldering for years? Let's do a gut check, a reality check actually. Most people with arthritis eat whatever's easy, never realizing some of their everyday food choices might be feeding the fire. Yogurt, though, done right, it can be a game changer. Done wrong, it's just disguised dessert wearing a probiotic label. So before you get too cozy, take a second to like the video and subscribe, but only if you really enjoy what I'm doing here. Drop your location and local time in the comments. Let's see who's up with us on this sleepy yogurt journey. Now back to that spoon. What makes yogurt such a dark horse in the arthritis conversation? It's calcium-rich, yes, but that's not the headliner. It's the mix of protein and probiotics that tip the scales. Protein helps with muscle recovery around aching joints, while probiotics work from within, calming your gut, and as more and more scientists are whispering, maybe even your joints. But here's the kicker. Not all yogurts are created equal. Some are sugar traps in disguise. Others are so stripped of their good bacteria they might as well be vanilla pudding. And a precious few actually do what they claim. So tonight, we'll spoon our way through the mess. The goal? To find those 3 golden yogurts that don't just taste good, but make your joints sing lullabies of relief. You want better health? Then don't blink. Because we're just getting started. You scoop up a bite, cool, creamy, smooth, and pause. This isn't just yogurt, it's a science experiment that actually tastes good. Or depending on what's inside, a sugary trap disguised as health food. Welcome to the world of probiotics, the so-called good bacteria that have been silently lobbying for your gut's well-being, and as it turns out, may be holding back the rising tide of inflammation in your joints. See, the gut isn't just a food chute. It's a whole ecosystem, like a rainforest of microscopic life. And when that ecosystem's out of whack, it can trigger inflammation throughout the body. Joints swell, stiffness creeps in. Your morning stretch feels more like a medieval torture session. But here's where it gets juicy. Yogurt, packed with certain strains of probiotics like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, can help restore balance. Not overnight, but slowly, like fog lifting off a lake. And yes, that's the idea. But real life? You turn over that yogurt cup and it reads like a candy bar. 24 grams of sugar, artificial flavors, thickeners you can't pronounce. That's not a remedy. That's dessert in a lab coat. Here's a fun twist. Some yogurts labeled light or low fat actually have more sugar added to make up for the taste. It's like trading a stubbed toe for a migraine. You think you're being healthy, your knees are rolling their eyes. So what should you be looking for? Live and active cultures, that's the magic phrase. And no, not just on the front label. Flip that container over. Read the ingredients. If you can't find any actual cultures listed, odds are they're long gone, killed off in processing, or never invited to the party in the first place. And let's talk about consistency. Yes, literally. The thicker, the better. Thicker yogurts tend to have higher protein, which helps support the muscles around your joints. Plus, the texture is downright comforting, like a weighted blanket for your mouth. Now, of course, the academic world is still politely debating. Does gut health really impact arthritis that much? Some say absolutely. Others, the jury's still out. But while they're arguing in lab coats, real people, maybe even someone like you, are noticing their joints hurt less when they eat clean, probiotic-rich foods. So, will a little cup of yogurt cure arthritis? No. But can it help? Oh, it just might. And that makes every spoonful a tiny, creamy rebellion against chronic pain. The spoon sinks in slower this time. Thick, rich, almost velvety. This isn't just yogurt. It's Greek yogurt. And somewhere in your brain, a little voice whispers, "This is the good stuff, right?" Spoiler alert. If you've got arthritis, or even just that annoying morning stiffness, Greek yogurt might just be the closest thing your fridge holds to a cold compress for your knees. Let's break it down. Greek yogurt isn't some Mediterranean fad, it's a process. Regular yogurt gets strained once. Greek yogurt, 3 times. That straining removes extra liquid and a lot of lactose and leaves you with a thick, protein-packed powerhouse that clings to your spoon like it means business. And it does mean business when it comes to inflammation. See, protein isn't just for gym bros flexing in tank tops. It plays a huge role in maintaining lean muscle mass, which, surprise, acts like scaffolding for your joints. The more muscle support, the less pressure on those poor inflamed knees. Plus, Greek yogurt is naturally lower in sugar and higher in those magical live cultures we talked about earlier. That means fewer blood sugar spikes, steadier energy, and a calmer gut. You know, the one connected to your immune system. The same immune system that's likely overreacting and inflaming your joints in the first place. But here's where things get spicy. Not all Greek yogurts are created equal. Some Greek-style imposters are just regular yogurt thickened with starch or gelatin. Cute trick, right? These offer none of the strained benefits but carry the same marketing buzzwords. Think of them as knockoff handbags. Pretty label, but the zipper breaks by day 2. Now here's where we get into the debate aisle. Should you go full fat or low fat? Some experts swear by full fat for satiety and fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin D. Others wave red flags at the saturated fat content. The truth? If your arteries are in check and your portions are sane, a little fat might help keep you fuller and less likely to grab that cookie that really inflames your joints. But again, moderation isn't a Greek myth, it's the rule. A quick health fact before bed. People with arthritis often experience sarcopenia, a fancy word for muscle loss. Adding a rich source of protein like Greek yogurt to your daily routine, that's one delicious way to slow the slide. And honestly, doesn't a cold cup of Greek yogurt feel just a little indulgent? Like a spa day for your insides? You want your joints to love you back? Then give them something worth loving. The next tub you pull from the fridge is smaller, plain white, no flashy labels, just a name that feels like a whisper. Icelandic yogurt. Or maybe you've seen it by its native name, Skyr. Hard to pronounce, harder to ignore. This little-known Nordic secret is starting to pop up in health food aisles across the country, and it might just be the dark horse in your arthritis relief story. Let's get one thing straight. Skyr isn't technically yogurt. It's classified as a cheese in Iceland, but we eat it like yogurt, and your joints couldn't care less about semantics. What they do care about is the ultra-high protein, low-sugar combo packed into this icy little container. We're talking about twice the protein of regular yogurt in some cases, without the added sugars that creep into flavored varieties. And when your muscles are stronger, your joints don't have to work as hard. That's not just food science. That's plain old logic your knees can get behind. Skyr is strained even more than Greek yogurt, making it dense, creamy, and ridiculously satisfying. But here's the beauty. It's naturally low in fat, like impressively low. If you're watching your cholesterol or trying to lose weight to ease pressure on your hips or knees, Skyr steps in like a minimalist superhero. No cape, no fluff, just results. Here's your health fact for tonight. One major cause of joint pain in arthritis sufferers isn't just inflammation, it's instability. Wobbly knees, weak hips, tight ankles. You don't just hurt, you hesitate. Skyr helps by reinforcing muscle recovery and stabilizing energy levels throughout the day. Less crash, more calm. Now, let's stir in a little debate. Is fat-free yogurt better for joint pain, or do we need those healthy fats for real absorption? Cue the scientists. Some argue that fats help absorb key vitamins, especially A, D, E, and K, which can support bone health. Others insist lower fat options like Skyr are best for reducing systemic inflammation. The truth? It probably depends on what else you're eating. But if you're already getting healthy fats from nuts, fish, or olive oil, this low-fat Icelandic gem might be the clean slate your body craves. Skyr may not have the brand clout of Greek yogurt, but it does have the nutrient profile to back up the quiet hype. It's like the friend who doesn't post on social media, but always shows up with soup when you're sick. Reliable, consistent, underrated. So next time you're scanning the aisle, don't skip the shy little cup with a name you can't pronounce. Your joints might just learn Icelandic out of gratitude. You twist the lid off another cup, this one colorful, maybe even a little mischievous. It's non-dairy yogurt, coconut milk, almond milk, oat milk. You name the plant, someone's made it into yogurt. And maybe you're wondering, can something without dairy really help with arthritis? Or is this just trendy nonsense with a side of granola? Let's start with a cold truth. Some people with arthritis actually feel worse after eating dairy. Not all, not always. But for a subset of folks, dairy can be a subtle trigger, causing inflammation that bubbles up in joints days later. And unless you're tracking what you eat and how you feel, that connection might stay hidden behind a fog of stiffness and fatigue. Enter the world of plant-based yogurts. These aren't just for vegans anymore. When done right, they offer an impressive mix of joint-friendly perks, less saturated fat, often lower glycemic impact, and they're easy on digestion. Especially for older adults with lactose intolerance, common, sneaky, and very underdiagnosed. These can be a lifesaver. But tread carefully, because for every excellent non-dairy yogurt, there's a dozen sugary messes pretending to be healthy. Some almond or coconut yogurts pack more sugar than ice cream, and with little to no protein, you're basically eating a dessert in a recyclable tub. So what's the arthritis-friendly way to go plant-based? Look for 3 words: unsweetened, fortified, and cultured. Unsweetened keeps your blood sugar from doing somersaults. Fortified means the manufacturer added calcium and vitamin D, both crucial for bone health. And cultured tells you it actually contains probiotics, not just thickened coconut goo with marketing jargon. A little bedtime science. Some plant-based yogurts include added probiotics specifically studied for their anti-inflammatory effects. Strains like Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Bifidobacterium lactis are known to influence immune response and gut integrity, key players in managing autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. But of course, here comes the debate. Is non-dairy yogurt really as effective as traditional yogurt for joint health? Some say yes, if it's made right. Others argue it's missing the natural matrix of nutrients found in dairy. Honestly, it depends on how it's built and what your body responds to. Nutrition isn't one size fits all. It's trial, error, and a lot of label reading. Still, for those who've ditched dairy and felt the fog lift, that relief is very, very real. So maybe your perfect arthritis yogurt isn't Greek. Maybe it's Icelandic, or maybe it's coconut-based and doesn't moo. The point is, you're not stuck. You have options. And that little cup, it might be the most powerful thing on your plate. It's evening now. The light from the fridge glows softly on your face. As you lean in, scanning the shelf, you know what you're looking for. Not a brand, not a flavor, a function. Something that will actually do something for your joints, not just taste good on a spoon. And that's when your hand finds it. Yogurt. Enhanced with turmeric, collagen, or omega-3s. Sounds like a smoothie bar had a baby with a pharmacy, right? But this new wave of functional yogurts is more than marketing spin. It's part food, part supplement. And for someone dealing with arthritis, it could be your secret weapon disguised as dessert. Let's start with turmeric. Bright orange, earthy, ancient. This spice has been used for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine to reduce inflammation. The active compound, curcumin, has shown promise in easing joint pain, especially in people with osteoarthritis. Some yogurt companies are now adding curcumin extracts directly into their blends, combining gut health and anti-inflammatory benefits in one creamy hit. Then there's collagen. Yep, the same stuff in beauty ads promising younger skin. But here's the kicker. Hydrolyzed collagen, the kind you can actually absorb, may help rebuild cartilage and reduce joint pain over time. Mix that into a high-protein yogurt, and you've got a legit recovery snack. And don't forget omega-3s. While more commonly found in fish, flax, or chia, Certain brands are fortifying yogurts with these fatty acids to help calm inflammation. Omega-3s don't just soothe your joints, they can help stabilize mood too. So maybe that's why you feel a little less cranky after your late-night yogurt ritual. But as always, cue the skeptics. Is putting supplements in yogurt really effective, or is it just overpriced pudding? Some experts raise eyebrows saying, the dosages in fortified yogurts are often too low to make a difference. Others argue that when paired with a healthy diet, even small consistent doses can help, especially if you actually remember to eat them, unlike that dusty bottle of turmeric pills in your drawer. Health fact of the night. Studies suggest that combining small anti-inflammatory habits, like adding turmeric or omega-3s to your diet, can compound into noticeable symptom relief over weeks or months. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. And what's more consistent than a nightly yogurt routine? So maybe your fridge isn't just cold storage. Maybe it's a toolbox. And tonight you didn't just grab a snack, you reached for a tiny golden wrench. As you settle in with your final cup, a simple, unsweetened yogurt in hand, you feel a bit of pride. This is the real deal. No frills, just wholesome natural yogurt with a purpose. This time, it's not about fads or fancy ingredients. It's about the fundamentals, the pure, unadulterated benefits that yogurt can offer when you keep it basic. Let's talk about that foundation: probiotics and protein. While all the trendy additives are fun, it's the tried and true health benefits of yogurt that stand tall. Yogurt is naturally packed with live and active cultures, and as we've seen, these gut-friendly bacteria play a key role in reducing inflammation. That's the science. But it's more than just the bugs swimming around in your stomach. Yogurt's natural protein content helps you build muscle. And muscle, as we've discussed, supports your joints. More muscle means more support, which means less strain on those achy, swollen knees and wrists. It's a circle of goodness that starts with a spoonful and ends with a little more strength every day. But wait, don't forget calcium. Bone health is critical in managing arthritis. Strong bones help cushion the impact of daily movements, protecting the joints. Yogurt is one of the best ways to get a healthy dose of calcium, and it's an efficient source. If you're someone who experiences osteoarthritis or bone loss, this nutrient should be a regular part of your diet. Alongside the protein, it's like armor for your skeleton. But now, as we wind down our yogurt journey, we find ourselves asking, can just a simple cup of yogurt really be the solution for arthritis pain relief? Well, no, it's not a magic bullet. It's not going to erase years of wear and tear overnight. But does it help? Absolutely. When combined with a balanced diet and regular exercise, the right yogurt can be a powerful part of your daily routine. Remember, you're in charge of your health. You get to decide what works for you. Your journey may look different from someone else's, but that doesn't make it any less valid. The key is consistency. By incorporating these small, manageable changes, like adding a daily dose of yogurt, you'll be doing your body and your joints a huge favor in the long run. So go ahead. Put your feet up, grab your yogurt of choice, and take a moment to enjoy the relief it brings, not just in your joints, but in your peace of mind. This isn't just a snack. It's an act of self-care. And sometimes that's all we need to start feeling better, one spoonful at a time. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the journey we've taken together. The humble yogurt, once just a dairy treat or a trendy snack, emerges as a potential ally in the fight against arthritis. From the gut-friendly probiotics in Greek yogurt to the anti-inflammatory powers of turmeric and collagen in specialized varieties, we've seen how yogurt can do more than just fill your stomach. It can fill your body with the nutrients and support needed to alleviate pain and improve mobility. But remember, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Your arthritis relief comes from finding what works best for your body. Whether it's traditional yogurt, Greek, Icelandic, or plant-based options, the most important thing is to look for high-quality, nutrient-dense choices that align with your needs. Probiotics, protein, healthy fats, and bone-building calcium are key factors in the process. And, of course, consistency is your best friend. So next time you reach for a cup of yogurt, know that you're not just feeding your hunger, You're nourishing your joints and taking an active step toward a healthier, more comfortable tomorrow. Now, take a deep breath, enjoy that creamy spoonful, and don't forget to hit like if this video was helpful. And remember to subscribe if you're ready to keep finding simple ways to improve your health with practical tips just like these.